Welcome to another episode of the Nashville Dads. This week, we talk about kid birthday parties, work travel, passing passions on to your kids, and going to concerts. We hope you enjoy.
So what's new in your life?
What is new in my life? I went to a 4-year-old's birthday party today.
Okay.
So they had... Sorry, this is just... I like food a lot. And I was like, oh, they have 5 Points Pizza. That's my first thought about the birthday party.
Nice.
Not like, was it fun? Did you have a good time? But like,
what kind of food?
I got pizza. It was good.
And 5 points.
Oh, it's 5 points. That was nice.
That's
yeah,
really
good.
good.
That was I want to go back to the kid's birthday party. No, it was cute. The people who we're friends with, they have like ducks in their backyard.
Nice.
And do you know like how if you have like a garden, you can actually become like an official Tennessee habitat? Have you heard of this?
No.
Oh man, I didn't research it enough. But like if you have like certain things, you can actually get like a plaque that says like this is a certified Tennessee wildlife thing. So you have to have like certain types of plants, like a water feature. You have to have like a home for bugs to live in and stuff like that.
Huh.
So yeah, they're one of those. So yeah, saw some ducks, hung out with some ducks, ate some pizza, said happy birthday to a 4-year-old. So that's cute.
Ate some more pizza.
Went to Centennial this morning. I always forget about Centennial, the park downtown. They have like 2 playgrounds, and they are both in the shade. So
that's game changer.
Yeah, whenever at 9 a.m. it's already like 90 degrees out, and you're like, we got to get out and do something.
Yeah.
Finding a park that has consistent shade is a necessary thing.
It's key.
It is.
Yeah. Well, Shelby Bottoms has that.
Shelby Bottoms does have it.
It's pretty shaded as well.
It is, but it's the playground area shaded.
Is it? The playground, it's
Okay.
got trees all around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to double
Speaking
check.
of Shelby Bottoms.
Speaking of Shelby Bottoms,
why'd
how
you
was the
miss?
dad walk? Because Heather did a workout at like 10 a.m. on Saturday, and I was like, boo.
Tell your wife not to have
harsh on
workouts
my-
on our dad walks.
Because I couldn't have told her, hey, what about this? Whenever it gets colder, I will be more likely to dad walk. Whenever it's already this dang hot out, I hate hot weather. I hate sweating. Like if you learn one thing from this podcast, it's that I should live in Canada.
There you go.
Instead of here. Anyway.
No sun.
Just
darkness.
No happiness. Just only darkness. So I thought that's how normal people lived.
Nope.
No? Huh.
We are the exact opposite. So I hate the cold, and I love the heat. I could be out in this heat all day.
I cannot. Like I feel like I get angry after a while. Like if I'm outside sweating for too long, I'm like, get away from me.
That's how I am with cold.
Granted though, like whenever I'm outside with kids, it's like if I've been outside for an hour in the heat, it's normally because I'm outside with kids. So then kids like want to be carried somewhere, and I'm like, no, I'm tired too. You carry.
And then when you are carrying them, you get their body heat as well.
And all their sweat too.
You're
just
even
like,
more miserable.
We were only outside for 30 minutes. But yeah, how was Shelby Bottom? How was it you guys met up yesterday? Is that right?
It was good. Yeah, me, Evan, and then we had a new guy, Justin. This is his first time. His baby is 3 or 4 months old, I think, now. He'll have to correct me.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Does he listen?
I think he's
does
starting
now.
to. Yeah.
Have you always been? I'm like this usually. Also, if I see someone, I talk to them, and I don't feel like that's a common characteristic. Like if I'm out and about, I usually talk to people that are also outside.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you have that characteristic also. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
I feel like it's not a common one. Or like sometimes you say, "Hey, how's it going?" and people are like, "Me? Like, are you talking to me right now?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Yeah, I was just saying hello. You're a human. I'm a human. We're both alive. Just want to say good day."
I'm one of those cheesy guys. I've never said a word to this couple before, but they were cleaning their boat, and I was like, "All right, what time are we getting out on the lake?"
Yeah.
And it's just a cheesy dad type thing.
Yeah.
They laughed and probably under their breath, like, "Who is this?
Who is this? Get this guy away from me." Yeah.
But yeah, I totally get that.
Yep.
I think we are on the same page on that.
I mean, that's how you met Justin, right? You were going on a walk, and you're like, "Oh, hey, man, how are you?"
Yeah. I think it was with you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I think we were
also
going on a family walk, and we were behind you, basically.
Yeah. He was outside. We just started talking, and I had seen his wife walking before, and she was pregnant, so easy conversation.
Yeah.
Speaking of easy conversation, the last 2 trips that I've gone on, I've brought up the
Have you
the
really?
Nashville Dads
Man.
constantly, trying to get the word out,
How dare you self-promote?
Yeah. Speaking of,
Oh,
we found on my way back from Dallas a couple of days ago, a guy next to me was a doctor.
Yeah.
Started talking to him. We actually do the landscape for the hospital that he works at. So started talking to him, and he is a dad of 6. A couple of those are with an ex-wife and with his current wife. But he's wanting to come on the podcast.
Oh, man.
So we're going to have an official doctor.
I might have to actually like invest in some gear and stuff for
Yeah.
more people.
So it'll be
That's
pretty
so
cool.
fun, though.
Yeah.
What's you're out in public more because you're not a stay-at-home dad. Whenever you mention to him like, "Hey, I do a dad podcast in Nashville," like, what was he like? "Oh, I'd listen to that." Like, what was his reaction?
Yeah, no, he was. He was like, I would totally listen to that. I wish when I was a new father, I had resources like that.
Yeah.
And he also said that, like, having that network, having that community is something that dads need. They're not represented as much as moms are.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was like, this is a great idea.
Cool.
Super excited about that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, we've got a few people that are going to be coming on relatively soon.
Yeah, once we get it all worked out with schedule. But
Yeah.
I
Can't believe we are going to have to start scheduling.
I think we might. It's I feel like we're
Yeah.
starting to figure out like now that we need to take it more seriously, but more like, oh wow, yeah, hold on, wait, we have to actually think about this
Yeah.
more.
Yeah. Real.
It does. It's pretty exciting. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's whenever I was at that 4-year-old birthday party, yeah, I told someone about the podcast also. Or I was like, oh yeah, I'm going from here, I'll record a podcast episode with my friend. And he was like, oh, I'd listen to that. And I was like, hey, here it is. It's cool or fun. It's good energy whenever you're doing something, regardless of what it is. And you tell someone about it and they say, I'd like to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I would like to do that also. And you're like, oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I know it's one of like the first times in my life in which I've been like produced or been a part of something where someone's like, oh, tell me more about that, because they genuinely are looking for that community.
Yeah.
Like working any job I've had, no one's been like, oh, you work at a paper company, how do I join that paper company?
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
no one
No
really
one's
cares.
gonna say that.
So it's oh wow,
Yeah.
tablescapes. Let's talk about tablescapes. Oh yeah. I almost made Justin do a spit take. That was really close.
That would have been
That
bad.
would have been good. But yeah, what's been up with you lately? What's something that's been good, or just what's been up with you since we met up last 2 weeks ago?
Good is Ada is finally she's full on crawling now.
Yeah.
And finally started pulling up and standing up. So pretty excited about that.
Yeah.
That goes with my downer of I wasn't there when it happened the first time.
Oh, that stinks.
I was actually in Dallas
Yeah.
on a corporate conference, and I got a text from Haley with the video.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man. I was like, I love these conferences. I love hanging out, but I was like missing moments like that I wish I could be there for.
I think the first time Holly pulled up or took us, I was pulled up, I think, when she started crawling. Yeah, it was at 6 months. And yeah, I was at a market or a show in Atlanta. So yeah, she's like, hey, look what Holly's doing now. And I'm like, oh, it's the 1 week I'm not in town.
That sucks
man,
too.
I want to be there for that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's so funny how excited I got when she started crawling and just the pulling up and just being like, yes, cheering her on.
Josh has started to do, he's finally starting to take a step every now and then. And apparently, so he'll stand up fully. It's the process that it's always been for our kids is they stand up and then they kind of test out their step and fall forward, kind of is what it ends up being.
Okay.
So right now, Josh will stand up, and I usually clap for him whenever he stands up on his own. So he raises his hands and then falls forward.
Oh, no.
But it's a game now, so he knows it's a game because he loves playing games like that.
Yeah.
So he'll stand up and he'll raise his arms, knowing I'm going to cheer for him, and then he just takes a step and falls forward at the same time.
Oh gosh,
it's super cute.
So does he cry when he falls?
No, it's
Really?
a game.
Oh,
he just,
wow.
well, he falls onto me usually because I'm in front of him.
Gotcha. Okay.
Or I'm making sure he's not like falling headfirst into a table.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so he's like woo, woo, and then falls forward. So it's like, oh, this is a really cute game, but also don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Oh. Sometimes you teach your kid like a reaction, then you don't realize you taught it. Like Josh standing up and clapping and raising his hands. I'm like, cool. So I must do that.
Yeah.
Every time you stand up.
Because
you're doing it immediately.
The thing that comes to mind is when Ada, and I'll do this, I think it's kind of your situation where she got it from me, but whenever she would do something, whether it be just eating solid foods or getting a milestone, I would just go, hoo, 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 hoo.
Yeah.
So now...
You're amping up the crowd.
Yeah, now whenever she gets excited, she'll go, hoo, 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 hoo.
That...
And then you just do it again, and it just keeps on going, and she just starts giggling.
Whenever your kid learns, like, call and response, it is, like, it's fascinating how connecting of a moment that is.
Uh-huh.
And it's what's so exciting. I feel like when your kid gets closer to 1, they do more call and response stuff, so it's just a lot easier to feel connected to them because they're looking at you, they're smiling, they're like mimicking you, and it's just odd how much you're like, hey, it's like we're talking, like this is great, this is awesome.
This is also the time where you have to beware of what you're saying.
Pretty much, yeah. Not that they'll like repeat curse words or anything, but like if you go like whoop, and then they start doing that, you're like, oh, I taught you that. I didn't mean to teach you that. Let me try to think of goods and bads. Kind of meh. Heather is starting to have to travel more for work, which means like she'll like this week she's going to Vegas, so she'll leave like Tuesday morning and then get back Wednesday night. But a flight back from Vegas is like getting back at like 10 p.m. So while I'm a stay-at-home parent, it's like we haven't done she hasn't had to travel much for work since 2020.
Yeah.
She used to have travel all the time. It was it's a big factor for me staying home because she was traveling pretty consistently, like would be out of town like a night a week or 2 nights a week. So me trying to work a full-time job, pick up kids, it was just a mess.
That sounds like
there was no calmness. There was nothing. It was just, man, I guess we ate. I guess we're all asleep. Like none of it was a good scenario. But so we've been able to enjoy the past like 2 years of her barely traveling. And in September, I think she travels like 3 different times.
Oh, wow.
So it's just different. It's getting back in that mindset. The girls are old enough to be like, but where is she going? Why is she like? They ask like a million questions, and they're always like, but we miss her, and we're like, we know. So it's.
Do you like your house?
Yeah, it's a weird thing to know how to explain without being condescending.
Yeah.
Like to be like, yes, because whatever we tell them, they actually remember. So like, it's not like if you leave for a week to go to Dallas and you look at Ada and say, I'll see you next time. Like I'll see you in a week. Like she doesn't know what any of that means.
Yeah.
But if you look at Holly and say, all right, mommy will be back in 2 sleeps, like she counts down the sleeps.
Okay.
So you have to actually watch what you say. You have to be like, all right, mommy has to travel to work to talk to these people. And because of this, she's able to have a job. Since she has a job, I can stay home. We can have a house. Like all of this is possible. And this is part of it for mommy. But there's always just stuff that comes with it of like, just having to explain to a 6-year-old, like, why is their mom not in town? And then that makes Heather like, feel not guilt, but she's like, man, I don't like, I'd rather be home also, but I also want to keep my job.
Yep.
So how do you balance all of this? But yeah, so that's kind of a meh is having to get back into the rhythm of Heather traveling. And it's just me and like 3 kids like for a day or 2, which isn't a bad thing. Like I'm not saying that's negative, but we are able to parent as partners. And that's better than doing it on your own.
You're starting something new again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did you have 2 pre?
We did, yes. So we did,
okay.
So
you've got that 3rd child now.
Yeah, it's
starting
different.
Something new.
Yep. And luckily he'll be 1 on Friday, so like his dependency on breast milk isn't as much, or like it's very different than if she would have had to fly whenever he was like 6 months old. Like he nurses 2 or 3 times a day, or like maybe 2 times a day, and maybe once overnight, versus like whenever they're very young and it's like every 3 hours they're eating.
Yeah.
So it's better for that. Or like whenever she travels, she pumps and then has to bring breast milk through like TSA.
Oh, wow.
So which is all stressful.
Yeah.
And luckily, he's about to be 1, so his dependency on breast milk isn't what it would have been like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
But like, whenever so it's
how are you doing that, by the way? transitioning him from the breast milk to regular milk?
I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
We haven't actually even discussed it. Of like, do we just give it to him in a cup? I think we just give it to him in a cup. Do we do whole milk? Yeah, we do whole milk. Like, no, we haven't even discussed it yet.
Yeah.
We'll probably after this upcoming weekend be like, oh yeah, let's start giving him milk in a cup. I do know, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a doctor. Like whole milk is what you normally give a kid because it has more fat in it, and fat's better for like brain development.
They actually so we started giving Ada milk maybe 3 weeks ago or so.
Oh, cool.
Just putting a little bit in with her formula.
Oh, cool.
And then like as days and weeks have gone on,
you just gradually
increase the milk. And then we've also just given her in a sippy cup some milk. But they make milk specifically for kids. And it's like the whole milk, but it's like geared towards I guess toddlers or kids.
I always wonder if like a dad who's in their 50s or 60s listens to this, who had kids at one point in time.
Yeah.
Because that stuff, like for our parents, that stuff was not an option whenever we were babies. It was just like, do we give them water? Do we like, what do we do? Whereas now it's
soda?
Like, like, okay, but here's your very specific infant baby milk. Go buy it. Yeah. And I'm like, this is so specialized. I'm glad. But I'm glad you guys have been able to implement milk into her diet because she drinks formula and formula shortage. Fun times. But how was, whenever you started implementing it, did she have any issues with it or was it pretty seamless?
It seemed pretty seamless. She may have had a few more like poop explosions, but other than that,
you also introduced something brand new to her gut.
Oh, yeah.
Like that's fair.
Brand new.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, seems to be doing fine.
But that's cool. I'm glad we've been able to implement like cow's milk. It's funny. I always call it like in my mind, I call it real milk instead of cow's milk because it's like milk I'm more familiar with than like breast milk or formula. And then I have to remind myself that might be insulting to Heather. Be like, oh, we're going to start giving Josh real milk. And I'm like, oh, no, that's not.
Just say cow's milk.
Just say cow's milk. Do not say real milk. Do not say normal milk.
Your milk isn't good enough, Heather.
Like I'm just silently shaming. I'm doing microaggressions against my wife. It's fine. Leads to healthy marriage.
You didn't mean it.
No, but she doesn't care. I'm just saying that like it's funny to look up and be like, I just called cow's milk real milk. But let me try to think positive. Eating pizza. That's what.
Hey man, that's a good one. And 5 points. Did they have their what is it? The prosciutto basil?
No.
That's the
They
best.
did do the spicy Hawaiian pizza though. Have you had that before?
I don't think I have. I think the only pizza I ever get at 5 points is the prosciutto and basil.
I mean, it's because prosciutto and basil is perfect.
It is so good.
It's so good. I think they have like a T-Rex pizza also, don't they? Where it's like just a bunch of meat.
Again, I don't know.
You're right. I'm asking the wrong person. Anyway,
I am a person that if I like something,
found what I like.
Yes, I don't
get
deviate.
Off my bag.
Yeah.
Okay.
My managers make fun of me all the time for that. For when we go to First Watch for our manager meetings, I usually order the exact same thing. They're like, "Why don't you branch out?" I'm like, I don't know. I know what I like.
If I am not paying for the bill, I will branch out every single time.
That way you don't waste money.
Exactly. But if
you waste somebody else's money.
Exactly. It's what a good friend does. But yeah, if I'm going somewhere, I'm gonna order what I know I like usually.
Yeah.
Usually not too adventurous.
Yeah.
But yeah, let me think. I'm trying to think of positive besides that. Went to it was cute. There's a record store on Nolensville called Phonolux.
Yes.
Have I talked to you about it? Okay.
Yeah.
So they have a kids section of records there, of like old Disney stuff, like from the 50s and stuff and 60s. So it's like really old used vinyl. So we went there as a family on Saturday, and I let the girls both get like 2 records each. So they got like a Smurfs vinyl, a Hansel and Gretel, like old school orchestra, like narration storyteller vinyl, a Sesame Street one, and I think another Sesame Street. And then I picked up the new Arcade Fire, just to balance it all out. But it's cute just to be able to walk in there. And I don't know, I think that's the aspect. I have a definite vinyl purchasing addiction, which anyone listening to the tone of my voice can probably already assume that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I guess you have a record player.
I do. Hopefully, the girls, I think they like music. I think they'll continue to like music. I think it's a definite, that and cooking are like 2 aspects of my personality where I'm like, if I can get you guys to enjoy music and cooking, I feel like I've done something right.
Yeah.
So just planting little seeds, hopefully. Or like, I'll be intrigued if they ever want my like record collection to be like, which ones do you want? Because like, do you actually like the music I listen to? Like, it'll be an interesting moment if it ever comes.
Yeah, man, thinking of that, and just the personality that she's going to have. I'm anxious, and I want to see it. I want to see it so bad.
Yeah, like, do you guys like? We always have music on at our house. Like, my record player also has Bluetooth on it, so I can just put my phone on and listen to stuff. And they usually like will dance in the music room to like random songs. So, do you guys put music on that much around your house?
Yes, we have I'm afraid to say it, Alexa.
Yeah.
Because she's probably listening right now.
Well, of course she is.
But we have them basically in every single room.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we can either play them everywhere or just play them in a specific room.
Cool.
And yeah, Mark Broussard is one of our big ones. Gary Clark Jr., Chris Stapleton, and she loves it.
That's
like
awesome.
Whenever
That's fun.
she hears the music, she starts doing a little wiggle dance.
That's so cute.
Oh yeah.
I know you probably don't watch much kid shows yet because she's not that old, but Josh is obsessed with Bluey because the girls really like Bluey. It's like an Australian show about like dogs.
Okay.
It's awesome. It is like the best kid show of all time. But like whenever we put on like the intro, he literally stops whatever he's doing and crawls over to the TV and dances.
That's
it's like
awesome.
a 20-second intro, but he like immediately gets like a huge Muppet smile on his face, like
yeah,
and just wherever he is goes and dances to it.
What is it on?
It's on Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Okay, I've got that.
It's super cute.
I should check it out.
Yeah, I like it a lot. So.
Yeah,
and luckily the kids do too.
Awesome. Well, cool. Yeah. We did an experiment. The first time having babysitters come to the house.
Oh yeah.
Last night, and my manager and his wife absolutely love Ada.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, come over.
Let's try this.
And well, I mean, she works at a daycare. First of all.
Okay.
So she's certified in everything. So you don't have to really worry about it. Like, if something goes wrong, she knows.
She has some familiarity.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Ada just adores her, loves her. And it worked out great. We were gone for probably about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And
whenever
they did a little art piece for us.
That's cool.
With her hands and
That's
with her feet and everything like that. So, oh yeah.
That's really cute.
Yeah.
Have you guys have been away for like a night or gone to a concert, but you normally have like a family member watcher, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's your first
parents.
time having like a non-family member watcher.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep. Oh yeah, we've had dates before.
Yeah. It's not your first date.
Oh man, I can only imagine us not having a date for a whole year.
Be a bit much.
Yeah. I bet that'd be a little rocky.
It would be just a bit.
But no, we're
awesome.
we're excited that it worked out great because we're gonna use them again this Friday when we go to Live on the Green.
Live on the Green. That's right.
So yeah,
That's awesome.
For all you dads out there, that is a great date night.
Yeah, there you go. It is.
A little plug.
It's been a while
for Live on the Green.
It's been a while since I've been to Live on the Green. Whenever I worked at News Channel 5, I would just walk over to it because News Channel 5 is on James Robinson Parkway.
Oh, okay.
So I'd just stay parked there, go like get dinner downtown somewhere, just walking over. It
Nice.
was before I was married, so there was a lot of free time.
I remember Live on the Green.
I remember
when it was like 2009, 2010.
Yeah.
And it was nothing.
It was nothing.
And then I went in 2017 or 18, and it was like ginormous.
Yes.
A big old gap, and I guess in years, but holy crap!
Yeah.
I didn't realize how big it got. I guess with all the people that are just coming here now.
Yeah, I think they were able to get bigger bands also, which helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like I remember going like in 2011, 2012. And it was decent showings. They were like decent bands. And then, like 3 years later, it was like, it's so crowded, I can't actually move anywhere.
Uh-huh.
Because I feel like in 2015 or probably 2017, sorry. They like Spoon played, and I love Spoon. They're one of my favorite bands. And like I remember standing there.
No idea who that
it's
is.
fine. You need to brush up. It's fine. I'm the cool dad. I get it. I understand. But like I remember standing there being like, I will wade through this insane crowd to watch this band play but not many other bands. Because by the time it gets to the headliner, it's like 9:30 or 10 p.m. There's people everywhere, and I'm just like, I'm too old to do this.
Yeah.
So it has to be a band I really like anymore to do that.
Good. Yeah. Well, Wild
Feathers.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've already seen them once this year, haven't you?
Yep.
That's
at
cool.
Mercy Lounge before it closed. I don't know if it's permanently closed yet or not.
It's a great venue. I've seen a lot of really good shows there. I hope it doesn't close down.
Yeah. Yeah. My friend, when I worked at Bread and Company, actually, the majority of people that worked at Bread and Company when it was still called Bread and Company, were all people that had their own bands.
Yeah, now it's Trader Joe's. If you work at Trader Joe's, everyone who works there is their band.
Yeah, because we would go to the Mercy Lounge at least twice a week.
Yeah,
to watch somebody
your friends.
playing.
Yep.
Yeah, there or the Exit, not Exit In.
Yeah, no, the exit across the street.
Yep. That was a smaller, not as nice place.
That's like, I feel like if there was someone who was like a really grungy punk band that had like a really weirdly rabid fan base, that's where I would expect someone to play at the end.
Yeah.
And to be just like one huge mosh circle the entire time.
Yeah, man, we went.
That's the vibe of that.
We went to
venue.
some crazy, weird places as well. And I can't even remember what they are.
They might not even be there anymore.
They're probably not. Yeah. But they were all like this rundown. You think of Santa's Pub type of deal.
Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
No, we're super excited about the testing out the babysitters, and we're so glad that it works.
That's cool.
Yeah.
We need to be better about getting babysitters and going on dates, but we're bad at it. So.
Yeah. Well, we should invite you guys out.
There you go. Force us to get one.
We'll go on a double date.
Yes.
So there you go.
As Josh gets older, it'll be easier for us to do it. It's just when it's always more chaos to get someone else to watch the kids than it feels like it's worth. Or I feel like we'll okay, we got someone to watch the kids, and then we go out and the entire time we're like, wait, do we need to get home soon? That type of scenario.
Well, I can only imagine because we have one.
Yeah.
You have 3.
Yeah.
And 2 of them are relatively old enough to burn the house down.
Yeah, that's true.
Thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One of them would burn the house down, and the other one would go, "You better not do that." So I'm gonna burn this mother down. And the other one would say, "You better not. You better not.
You better not."
But yeah, you're right though. It's the older ones that you can reason with them and you can talk to them. Josh is always a wild card. Because it's like, wait, do you actually, because he hasn't been in daycare and, has only mostly just been around us.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're also trusting that the comfort techniques someone else would do would actually work for him, or he would be okay with it whenever, he's never done it before. It's just a huge Band-Aid to rub off, realistically.
Yeah.
And normally, all the kids are, asleep or in bed by, 8. So, we, every night, usually have, a good hour to talk and catch up before we, watch TV. Or we usually don't turn the TV on until we've actually talked. We don't just go from kids are down to sleep, turn on the TV.
Oh, we do.
Yeah. So.
But we usually will watch TV and then we lay in bed and we talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, every night we kind of work in time to actually make sure we know each other. And Heather's able to text from her computer. So we just text the entire day about what's going on.
Oh,
so
cool.
It's more it's we get to the end of the day and then we're like, okay, wait, we said this, right? This is what we said? Okay, cool. Yeah, got it. Cool. So.
Yeah.
But
well,
can
going
always
on that limb.
learn how to do more dates, but it's hard.
It is. For us, it was great because we were literally down the street. So if they needed something, we could be back.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's different, right?
So that's a good way to start out.
Yes. But yeah, as Josh gets older, as we feel more confident in his ability to be put down and go to sleep and actually stay asleep for a long time, it's different. So it's hard whenever you have little kids because pretty much everything you're going through is temporary and it just gets better with time.
Yeah.
So it's you haven't gone on a lot of dates this year. Yeah, but next year we probably will.
Yeah.
So you just kind of take it as it is.
That's exactly what Haley says. I'm one of those fear of missing out on things, and she's like, babe,
it'll be fun.
We've got plenty of years.
Yep.
We don't have to do everything this year.
You'll be good.
Well, should we wrap this up?
We should.
Awesome.
So I actually don't hear your kid at all.
Nope.
No. I heard her talking a little bit earlier.
Asleep.
What? So she was talking in the background earlier.
Yes.
Hear her up the steps.
Yeah. When you came in, we were just getting ready to put her to bed.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's really cute.
All right.
Let's
wrap it up.
Bye. We really hope you enjoyed that episode. Please make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at the Nashville Dads. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you next time.